Good Saturday morning, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here with you in the newsroom this morning to talk about some really nice weather up ahead in the forecast. This is going to be a perfect weekend to spend some time outside. It really does not get much better than this. Now, it has been a little bit on the chilly side this morning. We started off in the 40s and 50s, but we've already warmed up into the 60s in many locations, and it's only getting warmer from here. Check that out. High temperatures today in the mid to upper 70s, and these are for those of us that live more so along the coast. If you live inland, chances are you are going to be a little bit warmer than that today. But warm, sunny throughout the rest of our Saturday, like I said, does not get much better than that. So high temperatures this afternoon ranging from the mid to upper 70s on the coast. Low to even mid 80s are going to be possible farther inland, especially closer to the Pine Belt. So very toasty for places like Picayune, Poplarville, Wiggins. You have a better chance of getting into those mid 80s by the middle of the afternoon. Like I said, perfect day to spend some time outside. Just be mindful that now that we are in spring, the UV index is going to be higher. We've got a higher sun angle, so we're getting a little bit more direct radiation or sunlight from the sun. The UV index today, with all the sun in the forecast, it's going to be considered very high at an 8. If you're like me and you're prone to getting sunburns, you can burn in as little as 10 to 15 minutes if you don't take any precautions. If you are going to be spending some time outside today, highly recommend wearing some sunscreen. Hopefully you have some sunglasses, a hat, and maybe you want to even find some shade at times. Again, if you're prone to getting those sunburns, because they can sneak up on you, especially with it feeling so comfortable outside on a day like today. Other than that, hopefully everybody can go outside and soak up the sunshine. If you're not able to today, you'll have another chance tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of people taking the boat out today. We've got that spring fever in the air. Nice day to take the boat out. Your marine forecast looks fairly calm. Smooth to light chop expected today. Winds over the sound, maybe a little bit stronger this afternoon, upwards of about 15 knots, but overall weather-wise, pretty nice day to take the boat out for a spin. Quickly looking at our tides, seems like we're coming up on high tide as we get into right around lunchtime today, midday or so. Low tide is going to be happening late tonight, well after the sunset. Our water temperature as of this morning, it's in the mid 60s, but I have a good feeling that over the next few days with this warmer weather, that water temperature will continue to steadily climb a little bit more. So today, for me at least, picture perfect 10 out of 10. Temperatures upper 70s, low to mid 80s farther inland. Great day to be at the beach, to be honest. Tomorrow it's the same way. Tomorrow it's going to be a few degrees warmer, it looks like. We will be a little bit closer to 80 across the coast. No rain in the forecast this weekend, which is good and bad. It's good news because I know we have a lot of outdoor plans this weekend. On the other hand, we do need more rain, and I'll show you by the end of the forecast, we really do not have much rain at all whatsoever in the forecast over the next 7 days. Right now in Gulfport, this is as of 9 o'clock. We are at 64. Dew points have come up a little bit in the upper 50s. It's not going to be overly humid today, so it's going to feel pretty comfortable. And as you could tell, we have tons of sunshine out there. A few 50s still holding on. Last we checked, those are not going to be lasting much longer. Many of us have now warmed up into the 60s. And like I said, it's only getting warmer from here on out. So we're starting to see some of those mid 60s closer to the coast. We're also seeing those 60s a little bit farther inland. Picture perfect today with all that sunshine. We have an area of high pressure at the surface that's just to our south. That's basically right over the Gulf. This is going to lead into a beautiful afternoon with tons of blue sky. I can't say enough nice things about the weather this weekend. So as we head into today and tomorrow, not going to see too much in terms of cloud cover, maybe a few passing clouds, but that's going to be about it. I think Futurecast underdoing our temperatures a little bit. I'm still anticipating upper 70s, low 80s later today. Overnight tonight, on the cool side, not overly chilly. And a heads up, there is a chance of seeing a little patchy fog. Doesn't look like it's going to be too widespread. Temperatures are going to be mainly in the mid 50s by early Sunday morning, even a little bit cooler for some of our inland spots. And then tomorrow, we're right back at it. Sunshine, blue sky, temperature 70s and 80s once again. And we'll put this weather on repeat, starting off Monday morning in the 50s And you guessed it, we're right back into the upper 70s and low 80s in the afternoon. In fact, I would say that by Monday, even some of us on the coast likely going to be warming up into the low 80s. As we get into Tuesday, possibly a little bit warmer. Our high temperatures over the next several days just fluctuating a degree or two here or there. We're really going to be stuck in this pattern for quite some time. Not only is it going to be very warm, temperatures above normal, it's also going to be very dry. So with the good comes the bad. It's beautiful weather to be outside, to eat outside, take extra walks, just enjoy the outdoors. But on the other hand, we really do need more rain across the area, and there's just not much of it in the forecast. The overall pattern is that we have a very strong, big ridge of high pressure to our west that's really influencing the southwest U.S. Over the next several days. They are going to be dealing with some extreme heat out in parts of Southern California and Arizona, where they may even see temperatures above 100 over the next couple of days. Now, we are not getting anywhere near that, but we are right on the edge of that ridge where we're going to be feeling enough influence to get that warmer weather. And also, that ridge is going to keep a lot of the rain at bay. So you can tell when you look at this rainfall forecast over the next several days through the next week where that ridge is going to be setting up. Those areas underneath the ridge are feeling the influence, not going to see hardly any rain whatsoever over the next week. And we do need more rain across the area. It's just not in the cards for us over the next 5 to 7 days. So a lot of this rain is going to be moving up and over around that ridge, missing many of us here in South Mississippi. So we've kept our rain chances at 0 over the next 7 days. I know some people may be hoping for a little more rain for their yard, for their plants. You're going to have to water your plants this week. We just don't have really hardly any rain at all up ahead in the forecast. And of course, a drought monitor that came in last week showing us that we are under abnormally dry to moderate drought conditions in South Mississippi. Some parts of the South dealing with extreme drought conditions. Thankfully, we're not up to that level just yet. But this week is going to be adding a little bit more to the drought just because we do not have any measurable rain in the forecast. That being said, hard to complain too much. It is going to be gorgeous this weekend and over the next several days. Lots of sunshine, temperatures 70s and 80s. If you've been wanting the warmer weather, this is your kind of week. I don't really have any cool downs in the forecast, as you can see there, looking at those temperatures. Our morning lows also going to be well above freezing. We do not have to worry about any freezes over the next several days. Typically, as we get into April, our chances of getting any more freezes are slim to none. So hopefully by the time we get to Easter, we're going to be out of the woods with that so people can be planting a little bit more. But this week, very spring-like. I'm sure a lot more things are going to be getting in bloom this week thanks to the warm weather. I know my grass is getting a little bit longer. The trees are starting to fill in more. Of course, allergy season is upon us, and the forecast definitely reflects that we are in the spring season. So hopefully everyone can at least enjoy a little bit of the sunshine today. If not today, you've got another chance tomorrow and the next day and the next day. We are really in for a beautiful stretch of weather. It's just the downside. We do need more rain across the area. So time now is 9:16. I will be back here this evening. We will have our 6 o'clock newscast coming up tonight. We'll have another update on your beautiful weekend forecast, plus the latest news going on in South Mississippi. So hope you join us later this evening on WLOX.